hands against the wall. Now. The sharp command cuts through the cool morning air, followed by the metallic snap of handcuffs closing around the wrists of 72-year-old Elias Thorne. It happens outside the Daily Grind Café on 35th Street, Harbor City, a scene that will soon set the nation on fire. Thorne, once Chief Justice of the Federal Court of Appeals, now stands pressed against the red brick wall. Calm but powerless. "What's your problem, old man?" barks Officer Marcus Jones, unaware that he's shouting at a man who once shaped the very laws he swore to uphold. Within minutes, a single radio call will end 2 police careers. Because when you arrest a man like Elias Thorne for loitering and then run his name, you discover you've just humiliated one of the most respected legal minds in American history, Elias. Thorne has always been an early riser, even in retirement. He lives by ritual. Up at 6, black coffee, a slow walk through the city's financial district before the rush begins. At 72, he moves with quiet dignity, the same composure that once ruled his courtroom. Few people recognize him anymore, which suits him fine. That morning feels ordinary. The air is crisp, the streets half awake. He strolls toward his favorite café, the Daily Grind, which isn't open yet. 15 minutes to go. He leans against the wall, phone in hand, watching the city stretch itself awake. Then a police cruiser turns the corner. Elias barely notices until it slows, circles back, and parks in front of him. 2 officers step out. He assumes they're grabbing coffee. He has no idea they're about to change his life. Officer Marcus Jones, 8 years on the force, notices the older man standing alone beside the closed shop. Something about it feels off. His partner, Officer Kyle Riley, younger and cautious, follows his lead. "Morning." "Sir!" Jones calls out. "Good morning!" "Officers," Elias replies politely. Jones studies him. Clean clothes, calm posture, nothing out of place, but still suspicious. "Can I ask what you're doing here?" "Waiting for the cafe to open," Elias answers. "I come here most mornings." The response sounds too easy. Jones asks for ID. Elias hands it over slowly, aware of how quickly civility can crumble. Elias Thorne, 72, local resident. Everything checks out. Still, Jones feels something nagging. Across the street, a passerby pauses and starts recording. 2 cops, an old man, a phone camera. The perfect spark. "Sir," Jones says, "we've had reports of loitering. I'm going to need you to move along." Elias's eyes narrow slightly. "Officer, I'm waiting for a business to open." "That isn't a crime," Jones bristles. "Sir, I asked you to move." "Don't make this harder than it has to be. Am I under arrest?" "You're being detained." "Turn around and put your hands on the wall." "On what grounds?" "Failure to comply with a lawful order." Elias exhales, calm, controlled, then turns, placing his palms on the wall. The handcuffs click, a sound like a verdict. The woman's camera keeps rolling. She doesn't know she's capturing the birth of a national scandal. Within 20 minutes, the video floods social media. Elderly man arrested for waiting on his morning coffee. By the time the officers finish their paperwork, outrage is already boiling online. At Harbor City Station, Jones and Riley process the arrest like any other. Fingerprints, photos, inventory. Elias remains silent. Sergeant Brenda Miller, on desk duty, notices something off, his tone, his vocabulary, his calm. She rereads the report. "Loitering?" she asks, raising a brow. "Yes, ma'am," Jones answers stiffly. She checks the ID again. The name feels familiar. She types it into the system and freezes. "Former Chief Justice of the Federal Court of Appeals, decorated, retired, revered. Marcus," she says softly, "come look at this." Jones reads the screen, and the color drains from his face. Riley's jaw drops. They've just handcuffed one of the most powerful judges in U.S. history. Phones start ringing. Reporters call. The hashtag Harbor City Arrest explodes across social media. Within hours, the mayor orders an internal review. Both officers are placed on administrative leave. The woman who filmed the arrest becomes a hero online. But inside the precinct, Elias Thorne sits quietly on a bench, his hands folded, expression unreadable. He doesn't ask for a lawyer. He doesn't need to. The silence around him speaks louder than judgment. By midday, the video has hit 50,000 views. Outrage turns to protest. News anchors debate race, respect, and dignity. Stella Reyes, an investigative journalist for the Harbor City Chronicle, smells a story. She rushes to the station, pressing for answers. No comment. So she starts digging. Someone always talks. By early afternoon, the clip hits 100,000 views. The department scrambles to contain the fallout. Jones and Riley still don't realize the storm they've unleashed until they're summoned to the chief's office. Chief Robert Vance sits behind his desk, a grim expression on his face. On his monitor glows the official portrait of Elias Thorne. Do either of you recognize this man? They shake their heads. You arrested the Honorable Elias Thorne, Vance says quietly. Former Chief Justice of the Federal Court of Appeals. The room falls silent. Riley mutters under his breath. Jones stares blankly, the moment replaying in his mind, the patience he mistook for defiance. We didn't know, he says weakly. That's not the point, Vance snaps. You cuffed a 72-year-old man for waiting outside a coffee shop. His identity only makes it worse. It was wrong either way. The phone rings again, the mayor for the third time that hour. Riley asks, what happens now? Vance sighs. Now we deal with the fallout, media, investigations, maybe even federal oversight. Congratulations, gentlemen. You just turned a routine stop into the biggest scandal this department's ever seen. Jones whispers, the arrest was by the book. Vance looks him dead in the eye. Was he loitering, or just waiting for his coffee? The silence that follows says it all. Elias Thorne isn't just a retired judge. He's a man who once defined justice, and now he's about to redefine it again.